Welcome to the Bedford Board of Education work session for February 5th, 2026. Roll call, please.
Mr. Morton, Ms. Carter,
Here.
Ms. Boynton,
Here.
Mr. Callender, here, Mr. Akins.
Here. All right, next is Pledge of Allegiance.
To the flag of the United States of America and to the republic for which it stands, one nation, under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all.
Next is our one plan goals. 2.01, acknowledgement of our goals. You're able to read those at your leisure. 2.02 is a new addition to our one plan goals section, is our departmental accomplishment update. Dr. Johnson, if you could give us an update of what this area is about.
Good evening, Board President, Vice President, and Board members. Each week, this was produced in November, that the executive directors and the other departments have outlined via the PowerPoint where they are within the department towards the one plan goal achievement within the district. So this is kind of a standing item that we felt was imperative. We've had a couple of questions internally and externally in terms of where we are towards working towards goal achievement, so this will be there. And then, as you know, in the spring, we will have the State of the Schools address. So at that time, there will be an update to this PowerPoint.
Okay, thank you very much.
And it's broken down by department in each of their goals and what they've achieved so far.
Okay, and this will be a living document that will be updated periodically?
Yep.
All right, thank you very much. Next, awards, presentations, and communications. 3.01, facilities update. We have presentations by Russell Gayhart from GPD.
Good evening, Board. Taylor advised that I have 8 minutes, so I'm going to try to run through this pretty fast to provide an update to the new board members. As I have in the past, we'll just update you on the status of the project or projects and how the master plan is looking as it unfolds. Just a quick agenda. We're going to run through the middle school update, K2 update, and then obviously we're really excited to share updates on the high school plans. Hard to see, but the red line vertically is us moving forward with the construction and at the middle school, the construction at the K2, and the design of the high school. We're looking at fall 2027 for the new middle school to open, fall 2027 for the K2, and fall 2028 for the high school. This is just an overview of the middle school site. It's right on Northfield Road where the Peter Chanel High School was. The stars are locating the main entries. I won't dive into all the details of the site plan because I want to make sure we can share updates on the high school. This is just an update on the middle school project and the status of the construction. Obviously, these were taken before all that heavy snowfall. We're excited that the gym is under roof right now. The structural steel in the gym, the decking is installed, and they're starting to work on the roof there. The middle school is just showing some vapor barrier there, vapor mitigation system. A lot of the bearing walls for masonry are complete, and they're starting to pour slabs in the middle school. Just a quick example of the pavement that was completed and the mock-up wall that we review in detail with Brewer Garrett, who's our commissioning agent, Panzika, the construction manager, and we got a lot of eyes on this one example of what the mock-up wall looks like. We get a chance to look at the mortar colors, the flashing, all the weeps and detailing to make sure that we get this perfect so that when it gets implemented at the middle school and K2 site, that everybody understands the complexity and the details and make sure that we're implementing this across 90,000 square foot at the middle school and 85,000 at the K2 site. We'll hop over to the K2 site plan. This is obviously behind us at Heskett. It's going to be an active site, obviously, and so Panzika's done a great job isolating the construction activities behind Heskett and working to make sure it's safe and secure for the Heskett Middle School as the progression of construction occurs at the K2. That construction activity is similar. I can have some more updated photos, but these are a moment in time, obviously. There's a lot happening out on site. It doesn't appear to be, but right now we're about 40% of the construction-wise complete with both projects at the middle school and K2. Again, a separate mock-up there. Access road for the buses to completely separate pedestrian traffic and bus traffic. And then for the Bedford High School update, I know we're excited to kind of cap this off with a really exciting high school project that'll begin abatement February 16th. So really soon, we're going to start abating the North House, Career Tech Wing, and the Board of Education Wing. Those will start to be demolished in the next couple weeks. And so we're really excited to start taking shape of the high school site, and it will look much different over the next 3 to 4 months as the North House and BOE come down. The high school plan is looking like this. We just submitted our design development documentation for Panzica to provide an estimate. We're doing another estimate with an outside company to just compare those numbers and make sure that the estimates that we're dealing with are aligned. Obviously this is after the central and south house has been demolished, so this is what it'll look like at the end of the day. The high school will have a career tech component, a new auditorium. As I mentioned, the North House and BOE will be demolished starting in February 2026. That'll make way for the construction of the new high school, which will begin late spring, summer of 26, and is anticipated to be completed fall of 28, in which case the students will move during summer of 28, and then that'll leave the central and south house to be demolished in the fall of 28, and the late site work will be complete in spring of 29. So a lot of work is going to happen on the high school site, and it's all starting right now. This is just a graphic representation of what it's going to look like as the middle school site and the high school site are unfolding. Obviously, you see Peter Chanel's dirt lot on the west side of Northfield Road. That's obviously the place where the middle school is going to be located, and the high school as is right now will kind of step forward. The middle school is taking shape, and that dirt location on the high school site where the North House and BOE is located will become our new construction site for the high school. The high school will remain in place. Traffic will be meandering its way through Berwyn and Northfield, and we're really going to be kind of keeping that northern lot just west of the existing football field for construction activities. The fencing just went in yesterday, if I'm not mistaken, and we're really carving out the high school site to make way for that construction to occur. So the plans are in the building department at this point for early site and demolition, and we're expecting to have our documents prepared and complete for permitting in April and May, and then construction activities can begin thereafter. You'll have an opportunity at a next board meeting, February 19th, to see renderings of the exterior for the high school, which is really exciting, and interior renderings. We're working on those, and you'll have an opportunity to approve the design development phase submission for the OFCC and the cost estimate. So myself and Chris Montgomery with Panzica will be here in 2 weeks to share those updates on the high school. And then ultimately this is how the campus is going to look. The middle school on the west and the high school on the east side of Northfield Road. Aligning those drives and shifting the traffic light will ensure that cross connection between both schools can still exist. Some connectivity can occur, and we're aligning those drives to make sure site logistics and traffic flow are efficiently laying out between the two buildings. This will reserve a portion of the southern part of the site that will just remain grass at this point, but offers the district and the board an opportunity to review what could go there, whether that's athletics or whether that stays grass. It gives you guys some options to think about. And so with that, I hope I did okay on time. Good. And happy to answer any questions you guys might have.
Okay. Board, do you have any questions you'd like to ask?
So when the material is demolished, is there like dumpsters or something that's out there, or how does that work?
For the high school?
Yes.
Yeah, off-site, whether that's construction materials, This is a LEED project, meaning it's an energy efficient project, and that requires us or the construction team to separate and commingle recycled materials, some that go to landfills, and any metals, plumbing. You know, we're trying to do the best we can with the materials, the old materials that we have, to recycle those as part of a LEED project.
I don't necessarily have a question. I just want to say thank you again for all the hard work. I know coming here and presenting this information, we're always excited to see it. So thank you for that. I know this is not an easy task for you, so thank you.
It's exciting to see all the happenings in Bedford. A lot of building happening, a lot of great new building and facilities. I know facilities has been a topic that you guys have heard a lot about, so this is the light at the end of the tunnel, and it's exciting to be a part of this. Next board meeting, we're really ready to share those renderings, so I encourage well, you know, I'm sure that the district can put those on the website too when you see them in 2 weeks.
I had a question for you. With the weather we've had in January, has that delayed anything? Like, are we still on track, or is that kind of delayed anything in terms of timing for the project?
Yeah, great question. We had a lot of cold weather. Fortunately, we have provisions in the schedule and also with the budget to accelerate the schedule if needed. We lost about 15 days in January due to weather and snow. And so every month we update the schedule to reflect what we've gotten through that month. To date, February 5th, the opening day remains the same, substantial completion remains the same, and we'll revisit every month to see if we need to accelerate the schedule at all. That might mean overtime, that might mean nights and weekends, but we're committed to the schedule. We've seen some delays due to the cold, but it doesn't impact the opening day.
Okay, all right, thank you. All right, thanks for your time.
Thank you.
Next is 4.01, approval of minutes from the January 29th, 2026 meeting. Do we have a motion to approve the minutes?
Motion to approve minutes from January 29th, 2026, regular meeting.
Second.
Motion made by Carter, seconded by Callender. Roll call, please.
Yes. Ms. Carter?
Yes.
Mr. Callender?
Yes.
Ms. Boynton?
Yes.
Mr. Akins?
Yes. Motion passes 4-0. Moving to consent agenda, 5.01. We have a motion to approve the consent agenda as presented.
Motion to approve consent agenda as presented.
Second.
Motion made by Carter, seconded by Callender. Roll call.
Ms. Carter?
Yes.
Mr. Callender?
Yes.
Ms. Boynton?
Yes.
Mr. Akins?
Yes. Motion passes 4-0. Thank you, board. Next is our superintendent's report. I will turn this over to Dr. Johnson.
Thank you. Under the superintendent's report, I'm recommending 3 items. Under 6.01, you see the recommendation for an early grad applicant. Under 6.02, this is the MOU between BEA and the Bedford City School District Administration in relation to our Calamity Day plan. I do want to thank Dr. Harrington and his department, as well as the BEA. They worked really hard collaboratively to ensure that we had an option to make up that time for learning loss. So we are presenting this before you. BEA voted on that, and it passed, so therefore we now bring it to the Board of Education to approve. Under 6.03, we ask of your approval of the following service contract for our pre-K2 teachers to work on focusing on the utilization of math manipulatives, and that appears to be grant funded under Title I.
Okay, thank you.
See that?
Board, does anyone have any questions on any of these options?
Oh, I'm sorry, there's 2 things, I'm sorry. There's an MOU with Tri-C for CCP as well. Sorry about that.
Perfect. Let's start with 6.01, early graduation request. Does anyone have any questions at all before we move to the motion? Okay. Do we have a motion to approve early graduation as presented?
Motion to approve early graduation as presented.
Yes.
Mr. Callender?
Yes.
Ms. Boynton?
Yes.
Mr. Akins?
Yes. Motion passes 4-0. Thank you. Next is motion to approve the MOU as presented. Do we have any questions on that before we make the motion? Okay. I have a question on that before we do that, though. With this motion, with this particular MOU, would that make up for the days that we've lost in January, or would that help us bank any days going forward? Our hours, I should
Thank
say.
you, Dr. Harrington. Excuse me, Dr. Harrington, I didn't know if you wanted to answer that or myself. And if you could maybe also share with them the changes, Dr. Harrington, as to why we can't do online.
Hopefully you can hear me. So the plan addresses where we are currently, and working with BA, as Dr. Johnson said, collaboratively, we understood that if we have more days in February and March, that will impact each building differently based on where they are with their hours. When we look at the high school, we understand that there were some calamity days, but then also some days that were facility initiated or issues with facilities that impacted the days. So it just depends on the building, the hours where they are. So there may be some additional days where we need to reconvene and figure out something else later in the school year if we have more days in February and March. Dr. Johnson, I apologize. What was your second question?
I'm sorry, I really have multiple questions in regards to why don't we just do online learning?
So when the change happened, I think a lot of times we remember what the state and the federal government allowed for us with COVID. But now that COVID has ended, we are only allotted 3 remote learning days. I think at the last board meeting, someone in the audience referenced why don't we just go ahead and do things online, but you only are allowed 3 of those days. And then also someone asked about the plan. The plan needs to be adopted by the board by August 1st, and I think in conversation with board members, and then I don't want to speak for union leadership, but both of us kind of came together as administration and union leadership to talk about things, but we did miss that deadline. But again, those 3 days were all we would have gotten. So we wanted to make sure with this plan we addressed what was lost, and then hopefully moving forward have some things in there. Understanding that we can't control the weather, so if it proceeds and goes beyond what we are expecting, we'll have to revisit some things as well.
Okay, thank you.
And Dr. Harrington, could you please mention that it's not days that's counted, but it's actual instructional time? Could you tell us about the ban for that, please?
Correct. So again, back in 2014, we moved away from the 5 days, and it was changed to instructional hours. So grades K through 6, and then also online learning, they need 910 hours, and then grades 7 through 12 need 1,001 hours. However, when we look at our district, we have a middle school that is 6, 7, and 8. So because we're configured that way, it is easier to make sure there's consistency. So 6 through 12, we're looking at 1,001 hours in our school district.
Also with Dr. Harrington, could you also confirm that the 3 days that we are allotted is across the entire state, not just for us?
Correct. Correct. That is across the state of Ohio, not just for Bedford City.
Okay. Thank you.
Is this something that we're going to revisit for next school year to ensure that we, that August 1st deadline is?
Yes, so if I could go back, the Calamity Day plan went into effect in 2024. In actuality, in 2023, administration and the union started having conversation. We put a plan in place. However, there was no issue in 2024 as it relates to calamity days, so we didn't worry about it, I guess you could say. Last year, 2025, there were a couple days, but it was easier for us just to look at the calendar and eliminate a PD day. This year, because there have been a numerous amount of calamity days, we were impacted a little differently. I don't want anybody to walk away and think that there were no conversations. In actuality, we've been talking about it, I mean, consistently since 2023, and adjusting and making things try and flow as much as possible. Now, because at times when you're dealing with the plan, there's contractual language. We're going back and forth about what we think we could do, what we think we may not be able to get away with as it relates to adjusting contractual language. In actuality, again, I think I shared with individuals, myself and Mrs. Duncan, we're having conversations from the summer all the way up until we actually started having time off. So it wasn't as if there was any friction or anything of that nature. It's just a lot of things happening, and we missed that August 1st deadline, not by any negativity or anything punitive from either side.
Sticking to that, Dr. Harrington, are we looking at the calendar as we look forward to 26, 27 school year? Are we looking at our PD days that may be aligned with a holiday, and maybe, especially during the winter months, and then followed by maybe a calamity day? Because the perception is different when you see the kids are out 3 days, 4 days, and 2 of them may have been already scheduled. Are we taking a look at the calendar and even early release days? Just looking at a lot of things, so if these things happen, because it just seems like the weather is really changing everywhere, all over this world.
So in actuality, conversations with those individuals who are part of the committee to work on the plan, that was Mrs. Duncan, myself, Mrs. Black, Mrs. Martin, we've already started having conversations about the calendar that was shared with you for next year, looking at the hours to see what we need to do differently. So we're trying to be proactive. I think the one thing that this allowed us to do is think back to when some of us were younger and what it used to look like for winter months, and thinking we need to add more hours. It's also started to have us have conversations about just bell schedules, instructional hours, things of that nature. So yes.
Okay, thank you.
Well, then, speaking for the board, I just want to thank you and the administration, as well as the BEA and the committee, for coming together with this plan and making it at least impactful for the students, with adding time at the beginning of the school day, at the end of the school day, removing the early release Wednesdays, so that we're making it so it's not too much of a stress for our parents and the students. So I really appreciate that.
And I would like to publicly apologize to our parents and our students as well, because the one thing we understand, those of us who are parents, we know how difficult it can be when our students are missing out on education. And that is our focus, and we want to make sure that we keep that at the forefront. So I just wanted to publicly apologize, and again, also thank the union and those individuals who collaborated to get this done as well. So thank you.
All right, thank you. Okay, for 6.02, do we have a motion to approve the MOU as presented?
Motion to approve MOU as presented.
Second.
Motion made by Carter, seconded by Boynton. Roll call, please.
Yes. Ms. Carter?
Yes.
Ms. Boynton?
Yes.
Mr. Callender?
Yes.
Mr. Akins?
Yes. Motion passes 4-0. Thank you, board. Third is 6.03, service contract. Are there any questions about this before we move to the motion? All right. And the MOU. Any questions at all? All right. Hearing none, motion to approve professional development and the MOU as presented.
Motion to approve.
Second.
Motion made by Carter, seconded by Callender. Roll call, please.
Yes. Ms. Carter?
Yes.
Mr. Callender?
Yes.
Ms. Boynton?
Yes.
Mr. Akins?
Yes. Motion passes 4-0. Thank you, board. Next is our treasurer's report, and I'll turn this over to our treasurer.
Thank you, Board President, Mr. Vice President, board members. Tonight I have 2 items. My first one Our treasurer's report is, I'm sorry, I'm on the wrong meeting. First one is a gifts and donations. We received a donation from Brian Belts from Cleveland Graphics in the amount of $135 in MVP plaques for the Everett Hurd Invitational. And then 7.02 is the motion to approve purchase order 98883 from Brightly Software, Inc. This one, the invoice was received by someone that was no longer in the district, and when it was finally forwarded to the right person, it caused a then and now, which we would need to be approved by the board to pay.
All right, thank you. For 7.01, gifts and donations, do we have any questions or comments before we move to the motion?
Yeah, just a quick question. So when we receive gifts of something of that nature, like, do we give them like a thank you card, or like, how does that work?
Yeah, so a letter is drafted and given to them, and then it also includes the district EIN if they want to claim it on their taxes as a donation. Yep.
Okay. Motion to approve donation. Do we have a motion?
Motion to approve donation as presented.
Second.
Motion made by Carter, seconded by Boynton. Roll call, please.
Ms. Carter?
Yes.
Ms. Boynton?
Yes.
Mr. Callender?
Yes.
Mr. Akins?
Yes. Motion passes 4-0. Thank you, board. Next, 7.02, purchase orders. Do we have any questions or comments before making a motion? All right, hearing none, do we have a motion to approve the purchase orders as presented?
Motion to approve.
Second.
Motion made by Boynton, seconded by Callender. Roll call, please.
Ms. Boynton?
Yes.
Mr. Callender?
Yes.
Ms. Carter?
Yes.
Mr. Akins?
Yes. Motion passes 4-0. Thank you, board. Next is new business and old business. Board, do we have anything to share? Any old business, new business to share? All right. Oh. Yes, this tomorrow we have the Hall of Fame game against, is it Warrensville? We're playing? The Garfield? Okay. Here. And Saturday is our Hall of Fame dinner and celebration where we induct our Hall of Fame members. And that information is detailed on our website. There is a fee to attend if anyone would like to attend. And then moving on, next is 9.01, executive session. At this time, there is nothing to report, so we're going to move on to adjournment. Do we have a motion to adjourn?
Motion to adjourn.
Second.
Motion made by Boynton, seconded by Callender. Roll call, please.
Yes, Ms. Boynton?
Yes.
Mr. Callender?
Yes.
Ms. Carter?
Yes.
Mr. Akins?
Yes. Motion passes 4-0. Thank you, board. Meeting is adjourned. Next meeting is scheduled for February 19th at 6 p.m. Everyone have a great evening.